Hey guys, it's Meg, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about poison ivy identification. So, spring has sprung and poison ivy is absolutely everywhere. Today I happened to find myself in a location that was fortunate enough to have a ton of it, so I can show you. But I want to talk a little bit about what the plant looks like and what causes those nasty reactions we get whenever we're around poison ivy too much or get into contact with it. So I'm going to squat down here real quick and show you this plant. This is actually a gorgeous specimen of poison ivy, and I say that because it's really easy to like point out the characteristics that I'm talking about. So initially what we've got these 3 leaves, right? And so when we're looking for poison ivy, it's very easy to identify, and that it comes in these pairs of 3. Additionally, at the base of each of these leaves, there's going to be a little bit of red, and I'm not sure if you can notice it too spot on, but at the bottom of these clusters there, I can even show you on a different plant. That's pretty consistent throughout. So these ones in particular have really jagged edges around the side, and poison ivy is a little bit tricky in that sometimes it can have these really pronounced jagged edges, and sometimes it can be a little bit more rounded. But once you get the general feel for what this plant looks like and how it presents, it's a little bit more clear for what you're looking for. The initial plant that I showed you is this one. Pretty small. It's only about 8 to 12 inches off the ground. However, they get really tall really fast. This bushes I'm showing you in front of me come up to my hips, and even here in the corner there are several that are as tall as I am. Outside of the plant itself, I'm sure we're all familiar with the really nasty itchy burnings of rashes that poison ivy can give you, and this is actually due to an oil called urushiol oil. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that perfectly, but essentially this oil is found in lots of plants that irritate you. Specifically in Texas, we've got poison oak, poison sumac, and poison ivy. So really what this oil does, it's like a defense mechanism from the leaf of the plant, and once it gets on your skin, most of us have pretty gnarly rashes to them. Some folks can have blisters and be out of commission for days. Others of us just have mild rashes, but the most singular helpful thing you can do when dealing with poison ivy is, if you think you've come into contact with it, strip off your clothes and take a shower with hot soapy water, because the more that oil sits on your skin, it can just spread around and make that rash even bigger. Contrary to popular belief, the blisters don't actually spread the rash themselves. When people see rashes kind of like come up and present a couple of days later, it's generally because that oil's been like pushed across your skin in some way and is maybe less concentrated in a region, so the reaction's a little bit less severe or shows up a little bit later. But the best thing you can do if you've even thought you've been outside is to strip those clothes, wash them down, and then also wash your body as well. So I hope you learned something today. I'm going to give you one more shot of what poison ivy looks like, and you can let me know if you have any questions. Groups of 3 leaves, red bases at the stems, and those leaves can either be jagged like this or a little bit more rounded around the side.